and welcome to Dees20Stitches. I'm Dee. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a queer and trans cross-stitcher, designer, and educator, and welcome to July 2023. Number one, it's my 2-year Flosstube anniversary. Number two, I haven't recorded an episode of Flosstube since April? 2 months ago. How long ago is 2 months ago? Go to your calendar, flip back to, that's how long it's been. It's been a minute because I've had a lot of amazing things happen. I've had some big life-changing things happen. I'll go through all that, but settle in because I've got stories to tell you, I've got stitching to show you, I've got fully finished objects to show you. I'm going to talk about retreats, I'm going to talk about pride, I'm going to talk about so much, and I'm so glad you're here with me to experience it. Okay, so usually in my floss tubes, I do like the standard, you know, do your finishes, do your starts, etc., etc. It's been so long that I cannot order it in that manner. So we're going to go chronologically. So we're going to go all the way back to, let me look at my book. We're going to go all the way back to May, to the end of April. You have been without me since the end of April. That's so sad for you. I'm so sorry. So let's actually start with the very first thing that I didn't get to talk about, and that is Spring Fling. I'm looking at where all my Spring Fling stuff is. Spring Fling is a box, a cross-stitch box in a digital retreat that I do with my artist buddy, Kari of Uncanny Kari. We release a small number of boxes because we don't have a lot of cash on hand to do it all, you know, bigger scale. And everyone who gets the box has the opportunity to do a little bit of a retreat with us, a digital retreat. I think this year we had about 30 people. We did it at the beginning of May. Yeah, the second week in May, I believe. Let's talk about what's in that box. What's in the box? We're going to talk about what's in the box. The first thing I'm going to show you are the patterns. I don't have the models with me. Those are still with Kari. So this is the jewel of the collection. We're gonna, there we are, kind of. It's still focused on my beautiful face if I cover it. This is We Go On. This is our pattern number 20 from Kari and I. It was based on this art here that Kari, there is the focus, love it. It was based on that. Kari did this art or something like it quite a while ago, and I said, boy, that would look like a good tattoo, but also it looked like a good pattern. So Kari kind of rejigged it, and we made this negative space pattern, and I absolutely love it. It is on floss and fabric by Canadian dyer Brin and Needle. I'll show you the floss. I have extra of the floss. The fabric is Tea and Teutons, which is, I think, still available on their website. That's the big pattern, and Kari finished it as a little banner. It's fantastic. Oops, pattern right in there. And this is the mini pattern. This is We Still Go On. It's small. It's 63 by 52, number 21. It is also by the fabric and flosser by Brin and Needle. The floss here and the floss here are two different flosses. And we gave the people in the box, we gave them 2 skeins of each so they can choose to do both patterns in one fabric or one floss, or do them one in one, or, you know, do whatever, have the choices. These patterns, very me. I love the negative space. I love the motifs. I love the flowers. I'm big into the kind of traditional flowers. The negative space of this pattern made me love negative space stitching so much. I stitched this one and I had a lot of fun with it, especially monochromatic stitching. Boy, boy, boy. I loved it so much. These patterns are not available on PDF yet. We'll probably release them on Kari's website next spring fling or next spring. But I have some paper copies. As you can see, I have some paper copies. I'm going to put some paper copies up on my Ko-fi store eventually, I think in August. First come, first serve. I don't have many of them. If you do want news of when these go up and some other Stitch North exclusive patterns go up on my website, I would recommend hitting up our newsletter, Kari and my newsletter. The link is down below. Then you'll be first in line to get these. So that was the 2 patterns. Let me show you what was else in the box. Oh, excuse me. What's in the box? The first thing was this nice little needle minder. There we go. She's trying. This needle minder was designed by Kari. I like the shield with the flower. It's very reminiscent of the dragon or the dead dragon. And this is wood. Balsa wood. I don't know. I'm just guessing. That's the backer. It's inset. And Kari and I stained all of them. So each one is a little different. I kept one because I like it so much. I really like this. I think if we're going to do this again, I would do wood needle minders again. They're nice and light. They hold the needle very well. We don't have any, I don't think we have any extra of these, but I love them so much. So there was that. The floss. This was the Brita Needle floss. I have lots of extra. Brita Needle gave me some extra. This is Stavanger things. I think that is how you pronounce it. Kari and Cheryl and Patty told me how to pronounce it. For me, it goes in one ear and out the other. Not that I don't listen, it's just my brain don't hold on to information very well anymore. This is fun fact. This one, was it this one or the other one? I think it was the other one. Spoiled Rotten was the other floss. And I'll show you Spoiled Rotten in a bit. But Spoiled Rotten, I believe, was a reject floss, practice floss from Iron Maiden, our last Spring Fling collection. And I liked it so much, and we liked it so much that we just had Brita Needle dye up a bunch more for us to use. So this is one. This is it's not showing up very well. It's showing up very dark, but there's some lighter tones, some browns, some maroons. You can see it there with those kind of reddish. I love it. This is definitely available on their website, or has been when I first checked. We also have a print from Kari. This is Kari's original artwork based on Spring Fling. And then also we have floss tags. That go with it. I think everyone got 4. There's the back. Kari rounded all those edges. Gorgeous. And of course you got the fabric and the floss. And the needle, we gave needles. Anything else? I don't think so. Oh yeah. Stickers. Shiny stickers. Again, this is Kari's design. I believe we had one more sticker, but I can't seem to find it in my box. So that's all that came in Spring Fling. If you got a box, thank you so much for supporting us. Because of your support, we were able to up the number of boxes this year. This year. If you did not get a box, again, these paper patterns will eventually be up on my store. I'll let you know when they are. So that was Spring Fling. Now, let's go to Stitch North. So if you are not aware, Stitch North is a retreat put on by Carolyn and the Evertote crew in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Brampton is just outside of Toronto. It's about, I would say with traffic, 2 hours. I'm from Ontario. Originally, I was born there, and I haven't been back since I was 16. So my partner and I decided to take a trip. We did Ottawa first, and then we drove down to Brampton and stayed at the hotel. This was my very first in-person retreat, and I didn't know what to expect. But anyone who is nervous about a retreat, especially if you are a identity that is currently and historically marginalized, like myself. In Stitch North, the overwhelming feeling was it didn't matter who you were. People were just excited to talk about stitching. People came up to me, had no idea who I was, I had no idea who they were, and it was just, can I show you my stitching? Can I have an opinion? Here, show me, can I show you what you're working on? People came up to my table because I was vending and just excited to show me and talk to me about cross stitching. You cannot get that experience anywhere else when there are 200 people in one place, just everyone so excited about stitching. The other experience that I had, because I was vending, I got to see people get really excited about our patterns who have never seen them before. That was absolutely wonderful. Getting people to see what Kari and I were developing over the past year and a bit. That was really exciting. People who had bought our patterns before, or people who I've talked to on Instagram before, finally meeting face to face, that was incredible. There was this moment of I think my head inflated a little, because I had people coming up to me and made me feel like a celebrity or like a superstar. I had people signing, like asking me to sign their patterns. And that was like an otherworldly experience for me. It was very affirming and I absolutely loved it. I cannot say enough good things about Stitch North and the experience that I had. And I would highly recommend it, even if you are an American. I know a lot of Americans who come up north for Stitch North. It was fantastic. It was invigorating. It was tiring because as you're vending, I was a vendor, so I was selling, so I had to put on the smile the entire time, right? And that's, even if I'm not faking it, it's just tiring. So it was tiring afterwards, but it was very, very, very worth it. I really appreciated everything, and I appreciated the Evertote crew for inviting me. The other thing I got to do is I got to meet fellow designers, which was fantastic. I got to meet Cheryl and Patty of Rin and Needle, which just so lovely and kind. And I got to meet, again, people that I had talked to online and other Flosstubers. I got to meet Betsy and Ellen and Ryan and Jody Trixie Tricycle, and that was very special. I will give a specific shout out to Jody, who had the right energy for me. I can't explain it, but I think we clicked in a very meaningful way, and it was very nice to talk to her. It was very nice to talk to everyone. But gosh, energies really clicked just across the table, and I'm very, very happy about it. Stitch North was fantastic. So let me show you what I got. This is not everything because I will tell you that Stitch North was in April. I don't remember. I hadn't unpacked my suitcase until last week. So things might be missing. If I miss something or I don't mention you, it's not because I hate you. It's just that it was very long ago. So a couple things that I got. I was next to this booth, Tiny Modernist. I really like these. I really like Tiny Modernist. I did not know that she was out of, she was Canadian. We got to talk. I forgot her name. I'm very, very sorry. I forgot your name, but this is my brain. It works in mysterious ways. I got Night Signs. I love it. Absolutely. I got another one. Is it this? Hold on. Yes. This one was recommended by the designer's kiddo who was there. The garden hare. I like that one too. With the long legs. I love her. I almost think I had a dog who was all legs and was a Min Pin Chihuahua. Pepperjack, his name was. And this hair reminds me of Pepperjack. So should I change this into Pepperjack? Maybe I will. I love it. I also got the special exclusive from 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. This was the exclusive that Everto paired up. Leanne of Schoolhouse Samplers. And it's just it's a bird. You know me and my bird wall. It's that old-fashioned bird. I love these birds. I believe this is still, I'm just guessing, this might still be available on Evertote. So go for it. Hey. I got okay. So Cheryl and Patty from Bryn and Needle were so kind, and like two aunties. They're my aunties now. Sorry. I went a little bit, you know, overboard, because I could get their floss, right, and see it and see it all in the thing. I walked out with this. Now, bless them, they said, "Oh, you don't have to pay for it." And I said, "No, no, 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 no. I am paying for your things." So I took the money I made and gave it to them. This is, I cannot say enough about Bryn and Needle floss. No one is doing it like them in the game. Because I love these. They have the variegation that is so fun and unusual, like the speckles. Gee, yeah, they're just having fun. They're experimenting. I kind of want to show you. Hold on, but I might need some. Ooh, can you see my little shorty shorts? Oh. Excusez-moi. I don't know. Do you want me to go through all these? I don't care what you think. I got these were the March colors. They're doing color monthly collections. And boy, what fun. What fun. This is blown out. There we go. Because my lighting is not great. Look at the speckles. If you want to know how those speckles stitch up, I'll actually show you. I'm using one of the flosses of the speckles. But so they've got these fun kind of, I call it confetti colors, but also they have these like nice muted pieces to go with it. So just, you get everything and have a little fun, take a little risk. Like, oh boy, look at this one. Hey, this reminds me of rhubarb. So it's got kind of that rhubarb pink and a little bit of green, and then it goes down to almost a pinkish white. Just fun. Just I have cute aggression. All of these, oh, this like orange. I'm just gonna show you. I'm not gonna show you all of them. Dang, ain't nobody doing them like these. Ain't nobody. So this is gonna go on my my big Brina needle bundle here. And I will be using, I use them to design quite a bit, and I'm going to continue using them to design, and it just gives me more excuse. Let me show you what else. Don't look up my shorts, but let me show you what else. Ooh la la. They graciously gifted me a whole, I don't know, hank, sure, of Let's Get Tipsy. And if you know Let's Get Tipsy is the variegated thread that I use on the Let's Make a Statement pieces. I will make so many statements. Y'all gonna get sick of my statements because look at what they've gifted me. So many. I'm gonna be swimming in statements. I also know that this is now available online. So if you want to stitch Let's Make a Statement with the called for, it's online. Or it has been recently, unless they sold out. I would recommend it. It's a small Canadian business. And we got to help our small businesses. And ain't nothing like this floss. You can get substitutions. And I have substitutions written in there, right? I have them. But you and I know that, like, look at this. Fun confetti. Like, look at that. Look at this. DMC ain't got that. So all of those colors that I got are going to go onto this floss ring that I'm going to design with. And I'm hoping that more of my designs, a lot of my designs are going to be based in Brina needle because I love it. Oh my, just more. This is the May collection. It's got, again, some neutrals, but like the neutrals still are like a little fun. This is a very soft pink. This has some confetti in it. Or funfetti. You remember funfetti cakes? My childhood. Did you know? This is a hot Dees secret. I used to be a baker a long time ago. To make funfetti, all you have to do in your cake is take out like a quarter of a teaspoon or an eighth of a teaspoon of the vanilla that you use and put in almond extract. And then you get funfetti. That's it. And then you can like put sprinkles and stuff in there, but that's the flavoring. Very neutral, but like fun neutral. I also got more fabric from them. This is 32 count old fashioned roses. Wow! Wow! Look at this! Got the splatter. God, I love it. I love a good splatter. This is calling to me for like a Halloween piece. It's like it's nursty. Like it's like nursty, but in the most loving way. You know what I mean, nursty? Oh, I bought some needles. I didn't even know I had those in here. I got some beautiful gifts from friends. I have some butter tart. I love, hey, friends. Oh my gosh, look. So smart. Friends, can I say, I appreciate you, the people who put their names on their gifts. Thank you. Jalen. It's a butter tart with raisins. And that's a bold statement. Are you a raisin butter tart Canadian? Or are you a raisinless butter tart Canadian? I think being from Ontario, I am a raisin butter tart person. I love it very much. Thank you. I'm surprised it's not going on. Diana from Darling and Whimsy. I didn't see her, but she dropped by my table and she sticker bombed me, which I appreciate. Also, again, this is Christina, who I think was the first person to give me a hug. They made this. This is a Darling and Whimsy pattern, by the way. Oh, it's like floor is lava. Hold on. Oh yes. Having someone make you something and then giving it to you and say this is for you and then give you a hug, like tears. And also gave me the floss. It's trans. It's trans. It's trans. It's all trans. People know me. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker. That was probably not everything, but that was my Stitch North experience. My other Stitch North experience was fully finishing all of my models. And you can actually see my models are now hung up very nicely. Should I take you on a tour? Let's come with me. Here we go. Let's go on a tour of all my finishes. I'm sorry if you get... So this is the Giallo collection, or 2 of them. This is on Mislaid Pages fabric. These frickin' frames are just IKEA. They were $3 and they fit wonderfully. There's the Krampus sampler, there's Hex Hotel, and there's the 3 hexes. Over there in the corner, that's the Don't Touch Me. That is from the Spring Fling from last year. Up here is, we've got my like beautiful bunch of like snail mail and thank yous and it's yous I likes and art. But you can see that's Iron Maiden. There's some more Giallo. There's Toonies all finished up. That was our Stitch North exclusive from Kari and I. You'll see all my flosses, extra flosses. Hey, if you have flosses, send them to me so I can use them to design because it helps out a lot. You know, there's that. Love it. We have Sailor's Delight. The Big Girls. There's Trans Pride Tapestry. There's Lesbian Pride Tapestry up there. There's 2 of Let's Make a Statements. I need to finish those. There is Yule Goat and Little Krampus. And those are all my fabrics. And they're organized. Erin of Dees20Stitches had this thing about organizing with the comic book paper and putting them around and putting them in like a little filer cabinet. But I have these cute little gay things that I used. And it's organized by size. And I can't buy any more fabric because I only have 4 containers. And that's it. And then way up there is Beverly Glen. And that was my exclusive release. Look, and I cleaned it. And then underneath is like all my projects and all of my printed patterns. Wowee. Wowee. Is it going to stay like this? Absolutely not. It's gonna be, like, I'm leaving this mess, the mess that I have in making currently, it's just gonna stay like that until the next time that I need to use the space. But those are all my finished. I think I finished what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pieces. I fully finished 9 pieces for Stitch North. Pat them on the back. And you know what? It was mostly IKEA frames. It's not cheating. It ain't cheating. It ain't cheating. So yeah, that's I brought all of those to Stitch North. I brought all the patterns. Stitch North, people are asking me Stitch North for next year. I would love to go, but a plane ride from Vancouver, BC, which is on the west coast, to Brampton or to Toronto is very expensive. And also a big life event happened. I am, after 10 years at teaching at a private school, I made the move to public school. And our public school and private school spring breaks are during different times. So Stitch North happened during my spring break in private school. It's next year. My spring break is going to be in March, early March, so I will not have the time off to go to Stitch North. I hope to be back one day. I really do, because it was a really positive experience, and because of that experience, I feel better going to some other Stitch conventions. Yeah. If you run a stitching retreat and you want me there to table, I'm open. And the cool thing is, I've got dual citizenship, so I can sell product in both Canada and the United States. Did you know that? So, if I get offered, I will go. Of course, of course, of course. I'll make it work. Okay, Stitch North. That happened. Boy oh hoy. Boy oh hoy oh hoy. During Stitch North, I started one of my Pride for 2023 pieces. And I was able to finish it. So let me show you her. Oh, there it is. My lighting has been awful recently, and I really apologize. Maybe I need to buy one of those ring lights. There we are. This is Flowers for Sylvia. I showed you this piece before. This is it finished. I'm going to finish it in a frame. I bought the frame at a garage sale. I just haven't been able to put it in. This is based on a quote by Sylvia Rivera. And it says, "We are not ashamed of who we are." And this quote resonated with me very deeply, especially as a trans person in the world, where the world seems to be turning against and questioning my and my community's existence. Sylvia was a trans woman, a Puerto Rican trans woman. She worked with Marsha P. Johnson for trans rights, for gay rights, and for sex worker rights. The flowers in this piece, I think I mentioned before. The flowers, hold on, let me get a good shot. The flowers in this piece all represent historic flower language from the gay, lesbian, and bisexual and trans community. The pansies And yellow and green carnations were flowers for gay men to signal to other gay men. The lavender was a very sapphic flagging flower. Oh, sorry, yeah, and the violets were for bisexuals, gay, and lesbians. The rose, the trans community uses that. I love this vase, the flowers, everything. It's very special to me. If you know one thing, I love to use history that is not usually stitched. And LGBT history is underrepresented in the cross-stitch community, like representation of our history, of our community history. So I hope to bring that more and more in. I'm dedicated to it. So you can, yes, you can get this a digital copy on my store. I'll put my link below. My Ko-fi store, it is up there right now. Oh, my back is sore already, and we're already 36 minutes in. Holy jumping. Oh, boy. Okay, let's see what else I have for you. Let's go in order of... I say let's go in order, but we're not going in order. Let's see. Let's see who we got. Let's see what we got. Okay, I stitched between now and Stitch North and or now and Spring Fling. Jane Hopkins, 1873, by Hands Across the Sea Sampler. Here is the floss. Oh, it's just so dark. I don't know why it's been so dark recently. Let me do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I had a coffee, an iced coffee before I recorded. My goal on this is to finish another page. I'm kind of halfway. So everything, I've been working in the big organic flowers. I've been working in there. I would say I'm at least 50% done with this page. This is on 40 count something. Newcastle Light Mocha by Zweigart. Boop. I want a page finished so bad, baby. Anything that I have that's like, it's multiple pages, and I started a while ago. I started last year because I have one page done. So I hope to do one page per year, basically, of progress. I have a lot of those, though. And I got a lot of those. Ooh, I got a lot of those. Put it on the floor. Why not? What's in here? Let's find out. What's in here? Oh! Okay. This is... Oh boy. Oh, ding dong. This is Mary Barton's work. This is my plain stitching. There she is. By Mojo Stitches. Why is my lighting so bad today? I believe it's a reproduction. I take this started, I took this on the plane to Copenhagen. I'm going to take it out of the hoop. I started on a plane to Copenhagen when I went to Copenhagen for Christmas. And now it's just my plain stitch. I just take it anytime I'm on a plane. So I stitched it on the way to Ottawa and back home from Brampton. It is on a coffee dyed piece of 28 count, like just natural cashel that I kind of just funked up with some coffee. Oh yeah, the bird. The bird is almost done. This is gonna go on my bird wall. I'm going to be taking this piece with me on my next vacation. On Monday, I'm headed to Las Vegas. And then my partner and I have a little Jeep with a pop-up tent, and we're going to go. And if you're in this area of the United States, you can tell me how flippin' dumb I am. But we decided to camp and go through 5 national parks, all in southern Utah. So Grand Canyon, Zion, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands, and Arches. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot, and we're camping. And we're Canadian. Oh yeah, we're soft-blooded Canadians. We're used to about in Canada, where I'm from right now, here in Vancouver, we're used to like topping up at like 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in imaginary Fahrenheit. It does not make sense to me. Sorry, calculate it. 30 degrees. 33 is hot. Like when it's 33, I don't walk the dog because it's hot. Right now in Las Vegas, it's like 42. At least with Vegas, you don't have to go outside, eh? You can just stay. You can just go through hotels. But camping, I made my partner buy like a little fan, a little battery power fan that we can hook up to the top of the tent for the illusion that I am slightly cooler than I actually am. If you want to see my journeys, I love putting up on Instagram stories. I love putting up my journeys. Now we won't have cell reception for most of our trip, but I'll put up stories there. So please follow along. So I'm going to bring that to my summer trip. Let's see what's in here. Why not? Who knows? Oh, hello. This is by Marroomy Designs. Oh yeah. These noises are coming out of me, and I don't know where they're coming from, and I apologize. This is Afshan Sampler by Marroomy Crafts. I got this out to work on during Stitch for Pride in June. June is American Pride Month for many communities, and during Stitch for Pride, I called for people to work on a design that was designed by a member of the 2S LGBTQIA. I almost forgot trans. Oh my god. 2S LGBTQIA community. And Marroomy Designs is part of our community, and I will fight you if you think otherwise. If you say you're part of the community, you're part of the community. That's how it works. Okay. I had a page finish, and I'm very proud of myself. This is on 18 count Aida that I dyed myself with floss that I dyed myself. I am doing negative stitching on some of it, for not the border. The border is as it is. Look at it. Oh, I love it. It's so bright and happy. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. I have a page finish. I started this, couldn't tell you, but I have a page finish now. Check mark on that. I have a page finish on the sampler. This means this is probably not coming out until next year. And I got my boba. I love this. It's tone on tone. The flosses also I dyed myself with my friends. And it's got that nice ombre. So like really, really dark to a slightly lighter and orangier. Oh yeah. See? Where are these noises coming from? My brain is fried. Fried. Absolutely, positively fried. Is there anything else in here? No. A pair of scissors. This. And needles. Okay, sure. Why not? what's here? What's this? Oh, this is, oh, might as well talk about that. I thought Flowers for Sylvia was going to be my only release for Pride June 2023. I was very wrong, because let me tell you, your Stitch Dad got a little spicy in their heart. And I think I'll talk about the meaning behind this at the end. So if you don't care, you can skip it. But this is the statement. This was make a statement number 3. This is queer liberation will not come from rainbow capitalism. And I'll talk about that at the end, because these words are very important this year, more so than this has been bubbling. This has been bubbling. Now, I will be very transparent, and I find it very interesting. So I have released 2. 2 more. One was about Harry Potter, and one was about trans people. This did not sell very well. And I don't know, maybe people are prided out, or maybe the statement was a little bit too much. Whatever the reason, it just is food for thought. I'm not trying to guilt anyone into buying it, but just food for thought for me. This is available with my other ones on my Ko-fi, and it uses the same palette as the other 2, and you can find them. I'll link them down below. Started and finished that in June. I had the idea and I just got it done. I released it on the anniversary of Stonewall, the Stonewall Rebellion. Wasn't a riot, it was a rebellion. Okay, got that. Ooh, for Juneteenth. What is this? Oh yeah. It's been so long, friends. For Juneteenth, I wanted to get out a piece by a Black designer. So I decided on this one, because I thought I could put in some good, there we are. Thought I could put in some good go for this one. This is by Nuri of Shaded Stitchery. It is closely kept. I really like this. I mentioned it before because it is based on a historical piece. Whoop. Yeah, the light is awful. My printer just pooped the bed big time, and it does not want to print color anymore for whatever reason. Here, let me get that out of the way. Boop, 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 boop. Oh no, oh no, oh no. There we are. I worked on it for a couple days, and I got some good progress. Hoping to finish it for a gift. Finish it into something cute and little. This is 40 count red cedar by Cedar Linen Fabric. OG, all-time favorite 40 count. There. Ain't afraid to say it either. Ah! Come at me. Picture this plus. You can't, because it takes forever to get your fabric. You're very busy. You can't come at me. Another thing that I finished during Pride is another page of Heart Sampler. This is by Fergus from Bad Vibes Only. You can find them on Etsy. There we go. There we go. And I'm using, I think I'm using Picture This Plus, so I'm sorry that I tried to start beef with them. I think it's called In the Pink. We've talked about that before. I'm using, oh baby, the Brin and Needle flosses. These are all the flosses for Iron Maiden and Don't Touch Me, the original Spring Fling that Kari and I did. And there's also some like reject colors that Brenda Needle gave me as samples for Iron Maiden, then I'm using 2. I bought I bought 2 extra for this. So I bought these. I bought 2 of them. So I have lots. And I'll have enough to design with as well because I love these colors so much. So I did a page, an extra page. So I'm 2 pages in. And I'm sorry there's so many extra flosses. There's just flosses everywhere. There's flosses everywhere. Oh boy. Oh gee. Here we are. 2 oh yeah, that looks good. 2 pages. If you look at those white hearts, that's the speckle. Ooh, yeah, you can see. So that's how the speckle kind of, you can kind of see the little pink speckles in it. That's how it stitches up. Boy, I love it. I'm not following Bad Vibes only like pattern. The pattern is a suggestion for my palette. I would highly, 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 highly suggest this. I know that people have started it. It's big. It's intimidating. But it's a member of the community. So I just give Fergus all your money, is what I'm saying. Again, I finished a page, so this is probably going to go away till next year because I finished a page. Speaking of finishes, oh no, this almost didn't go back. That would be a travesty. Speaking of finish, I had a finish on this, Arranging Seashells by Ink Circles. This was started as a summer vacation project. It is 1/1 on 20 count on a fabric that I dyed myself. The floss are the DMC, and plus I made a border. Yeah, there he is. So teeny tiny, very, very tiny. Here was my plan. I was going to stitch this again, but like opposite, so I could have a needle book. The thought of stitching it again when I have so many other things that I want to stitch and so many other things that I want to finish, I had a little baby bug in my ear saying, you don't need to. You don't need to. I could make this. I could fold this in half. Well, maybe no. I could just have this be the front and have the back be another fabric if I want to make a needle book. I could just do that. I did buy the called for flosses for the other side. But here's what I've decided. I've decided I'm not going to stitch this again. So I will give, in the name of summer vacation, because I'm officially done, I'm calling it, I will be giving my copy of Arranging Seashells and the called for floss, the variegated floss that has not been touched. I did not open these. I'll be giving these away next Flosstube, so probably in August. In order to do that, in order to give away, all you have to do is comment down below. You can say whatever you want. You also have to sign up for my snail mail club. In order to get the item, you have to sign up for the snail mail club to say I'm over 18 or I'm over 19 and here's my address. And if I pick your comment the next one, I'll send you this. A little asterisk. The called for floss is Weeks Dye Works. I no longer use Weeks Dye Works. And I bought it before I was made aware of the Weeks Dye Works issues, especially with their issues with the Confederate Gray debacle. But the flosses are bought. I'm not going to trash them. And I don't think, if you don't want to use them, you don't have to win this, I guess. But no one's gonna begrudge you for winning this and using them when they're already bought. I don't know. Or I won't. It's wasteful to throw them out, right? And if you use them and you don't agree with Weeks Dye Works, you don't have to say that that's what you're using. You just say these are flosses, right? So if you'd like to use that, if you want that, the only thing, oh, can I send you some of this? No. Oh, I wanted to stitch something else on this, so I won't send you this, but I'm sure you have something in your stash. So I'll give you the flosses, I'll give you the pattern. And that will be for next month. So comment down below if you want it, or just comment down below. And if you don't want it, you don't have to sign up for the snail mail club. Oh, big stretch. Okay, boy, almost an hour. This is what I'm working on currently. Folks, she's here. The Grand Poobah. Hold on. There's so much in here. Do I have? I don't have a copy. That's something else. This is the Grand Vierlanden. Again, I have this thing where I read a word and I don't, my brain cannot put sounds together to pronounce it. This is my brain. It's called the Quiltify 2021 Sal. That's how it was sold to me. And what it is, oh, by the way, bag from Kaylee at sewingshop.ca. If you have big whips and you cannot lie, I would definitely get a big bag. I love it. It's very me. This is incredible. Now, I know y'all are on the, it is very similar to a recent Modern Folk embroidery with the trees of life and the big round motifs. But this came first. There, I said it. This came first. So I bought this back in 2020 and started it in 2021. And it's so huge. It's ginormous. And I was, you know, I started it and I'm like, wow, this is so big. Do I want to keep going? But gosh darn it, I'm going to keep going. So let me show you what we're dealing with here. Okay. Wow. Whoa. Wow. Heh. Wow. That's the length, folks. That's the length. This is 36 count, just regular gray. I got it from Traditional Stitches. I couldn't tell you the maker model. So last year I did all the crowns. And this year I'm hoping to do all the motifs all the way down. I finished this one, this half, and I've started this one. There are and they get smaller as they go. So this is the little trees of life on the top are the biggest, and then they get slightly smaller. So it should be easier as I go, right? So there's this one, there's a slightly smaller one, and then there's 3 down here. There's 3 slightly smaller ones. So I think like that's a page. So I should be like at my hip. I could wear this as a t-shirt. I could wear this as a sarong. Okay, let me back up. Beautiful. My goal is to get all the way to the bottom of the pattern so I could cut the fabric. Because boy, look at all of it. No one needs this. It's 30 degrees out and I'm frickin' stitching on a piece of... Oh no. It's caught in my wheel. See? This is what I'm talking about. It's like a blanket. I would love to. This is a big goal. Can I get it done by the end? I'm going to work on it until I leave for vacation, and then I'll see how I feel about it when I come back. Maybe I'll pick it up in the fall. I need motivation on this. I need it. I need something. Boy, howdy. Purchases. I've got a couple things that I want to show you. I mean, I purchased all that stuff at Stitch North, but I showed you that. Okay. Purchases. This. It's a me. Lavender Menace. This is by Lonely Mountain Embroidery. They're based where I'm based, Vancouver. And I got this at Eastside Pride. They had a little booth. I will put their Instagram or Etsy down below. Very cool. If you're not aware, Lavender Menace is a term that occurred during the Red Menace or the Red Scare. Red Menace was like the communist scare of McCarthyism, and there were communists in the government, and they were acting to root them out. The Lavender Scare was a fear that the homosexuals were in the government and they wanted to root them out. The Lavender Scare. So we are the Lavender Menace. I love taking historical stuff and reclaiming it and putting it on as a badge of honor. I like being menacingly gay. So I got that. The other thing I got is I purchased the PDF of 5 o'clock. Again, this is black and white. Sorry about that. This is the drink. I think this was a new release from Ink Circles. And I'm going to start this on my vacation. Very excited about it. And my plan is I'm going to get a little kit on the internet for these clock hands. You can just buy clock hands and I'm over here now. And the motor to make it like a clock. You can make anything into a clock. If you put your mind to it, you can make anything into a clock. And so I'm not going to stitch the hands, and I'm actually going to make this into a clock. I'm going to put it above our bar cart. I'm very excited. There's a lot of colors. I'm kidding it now. So that was my other big purchase. I'm going to start that on vacation. This is my new vacation piece. I finished the shells, arranging seashells by Ink Circles. So I started a new Ink Circles. Nitya from Daybreak Stitchery, Daybreak Stitching. I think it's the Sal Whip Down, or her idea was to finish a piece by a designer so you can start another piece by a designer, and I really liked that. So I finished the seashells, my vacation piece, so I can start this new vacation piece. Yes! Okay, it's an hour in. I'm going to just do a little bit of education because I want to talk about this. If it ain't your thing, that's fine. You can skip ahead. I'm going to do a giveaway at the end, so just skip ahead. But I want to talk about this. Okay. Queer liberation will not come from rainbow capitalism. Let's first talk about what rainbow capitalism is. We also call it rainbow washing, where businesses and corporations put on rainbows and a smile during Pride and during Pride only. And they do this to make money. An example of rainbow washing is corporations or businesses. You can probably think of a couple, or when you walk down the street during Pride, during June, you can see them, who sell Pride items during the month of June, but don't do anything for the community outside of June. or has not actively said anything about our community or actively helped our community or be vocal about the 2S LGBTQIA community outside of June. So rainbow capitalism is selling Pride merch and making money for themselves. This also includes small businesses who are not part of the community. So if you are cisgender, meaning you are the gender that you were given at birth, you are not trans. If you are straight or heterosexual, meaning your partners are usually the opposite sex. I use quotes because what is the opposite sex? But that's another discussion. Or you are allosexual. You have sexual desire currently and pretty much always, mostly. If you're not those three, if you are those three things and you sell a product for profit, any profit during Pride, you are participating in rainbow capitalism. So why is this bad? I'm going to first talk about something that happened to our community, and you probably saw it, Target. Target, for the last couple years, have been reaching out to queer and trans and gay and lesbian members of the community, artists, to design Pride merchandise that Target will sell in the stores. They've been doing this for I think at least 2 years. And that's, some people like it because, oh, wow, Target is paying these artists, these, lesbian, gay, trans, queer artists to design something and paying them to design Pride. That's pretty cool. I agree. I like that. The big thing about Pride is you should be paying your artists in the community. That's great. The not so good thing is as soon as there were backlash, and there's hella backlash this year, especially in the United States, as soon as they were backlash, Target pulled their items. And it left these artists who had put in a lot of time and effort and money without pay. I would check out Ash and Chess. They were very vocal about the process on Instagram if you want to learn more about how harmful that is. When corporations or businesses or small businesses make the decision of it's no longer profitable to support our 2S LGBTQIA community, when they make that decision, they can just stop their support. That don't feel good. That don't feel good at all. And that's happening more and more. Corporations are deciding it is less profitable now it is less profitable to support the Pride community than it is to not. So they're either stopping or pulling their stuff. And that's becoming more and more. So that's the problem with rainbow capitalism. A reminder that American Pride June was because of the Stonewall Rebellion that took place June 28th and went for several days. So Pride, you'll hear this a lot. Pride was a riot. Pride was a rebellion. Pride was about the fight for our rights and the continued fight for our liberation, our freedom, our equality. When a business makes money off of Pride, they are making money off of our fight for liberation. And that don't feel good. I mentioned this and I stitched this because of the Target issue, because of the Bud Light stuff, but also because there were cross-stitch patterns that were put out into the community where the designer was not a member of the community. They considered themselves an ally, and they sold the pattern for profit. So this means you have a member of the community making money off of our fight for liberation. Now, I am an activist. I'm a trans and queer activist. There will be other members of the community who are okay with that. They are very happy to have these things because guess what? We don't have a lot of representation, or they think we don't have a lot of representation, or very specific representation. They like stitching it. That's fine. But I will tell my community members, we deserve more. We deserve better. We deserve more than a designer putting out a pride flag for us to stitch and us giving them money, and the money goes into their pockets instead of the pockets of members of our community. We deserve more. And if you want to stitch whatever, you can, whatever. I'm not gonna look at my nose down, but I will really want my accomplices to think twice about buying something from a person who is not a member of the community, because it, at this point, 2023 doesn't help. We don't want visibility anymore. We want action, and we want to uplift the community. And some would argue that, you know, a product put out by a non-community member does that. I argue, no, it doesn't. It doesn't help. I want to give, my last thing about this is, when patterns came out from non-community members, I got a lot of messages. I got a lot of Instagram DMs about like, have you seen this? What do you think about this? And boy, it really rotted my heart. You don't need to send me that stuff, because I'm aware of it. I know. The one thing I do want to thank is the accomplices who reached out to the many designers, or the designers who were not part of the community putting out Pride stuff and reaching out, because of your call-ins, there were changes, and it was a relief. Not that there were changes for these small businesses, but because there was someone who said something, someone who went out of their way, went out of their comfort zone to say, hey, people who are not members of the community should not be making money during Pride. Instead, we need to make sure that that money goes into the pockets of the community, because it is Pride. One way, example that was given to me by a queer and trans and Black activist that I always remember is, if you're white or non-Black, would you sell Black Lives Matter stuff? Would you make money off of Black Lives Matter stuff? I think the resounding answer of that would be absolutely not. So if you are saying no to that, then there should be a match there with Pride stuff. Anyways, I want to thank the accomplices who did the work and reached out, and I really appreciated it. And I think a lot of members of our community appreciated it too. And the last little button is, and this is going to be hard to hear, but you know what? It's Pride season, so I'm going for it. If you consider yourself an accomplice, an active accomplice, and you saw businesses making money off of Pride that were not part of the community, and you knew it felt weird and you knew it felt wrong, but you chose not to do anything or say anything, that right there is your privilege. You have a privilege to do and say nothing. And I want you to sit in that. Feels bad, feels weird, feels uncomfortable. I know we got a lot going on. I had a lot going on too. I have a lot going on. But yeah, just something to think about. Anyway, this pattern, which pissed off some people and was not well received, is available on my Ko-fi. My Ko-fi is also open for donations. I'm not working this summer, and I'm vaguely working next school year because I'll be subbing, so I won't be working full time. So any donations is appreciated. And if you don't agree with what I say, it's fine. I don't care. You cannot agree. Just don't be mean about it. Let's do a giveaway. It's time. It's time. I haven't done a giveaway in a while. So I think what I'll do is I'll give away I have lots of extra prints, and I have extra floss drops from Spring Fling. So I'll give away that. I'll pop it in an envelope, and that is yours. So all you have to do to get a snail mail is comment on the video before, put your email in and address into my Snail Mail Club new Google Drive link, which is down below, and I do a random comment picker, and if you're picked, I send you something, as long as I have your address. Oh, winner of this is, I think that's Daphne? I recognize you from Instagram. Thank you. So before I leave, I'm going to just slot that stuff in an envelope and just send it right to them. Next month, what's up for grabs is the copy of Arranging Seashells and the floss. So if you do want to win that, just comment anything. It doesn't matter. Just comment and make sure your name is in the Snail Mail Club and the doc, and I will send it to you. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, I got a new tattoo. It's my werewolf, my patchy werewolf. This is to celebrate the start of my HRT. I love him. His name is Melvin. I love him. I couldn't imagine a life without him. So that's my new tattoo. Anyway, I think it's done. An hour 17 ain't bad, folks. She ain't bad. Okay. Now that my life has settled, now that we're away from Stitch North and Spring Fling and American Pride June season, and I've already quit my job. I have a new job, and I'm going on vacation in August. August is pretty free, so you will hear from me in August. Wink. Okay, until next time. I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm your Stitch Dad. I hope you have a good summer. Bye, bye, bye.